2021 for this USC Aiken Pacers squad as they take on the North Georgia Nighthawks. Pacers coming into the game with a 1-2 overall record and a 0-1 conference record as they drop their last matchup against Young Harris. Tip-off is underway, and the Pacers are underway against the 1-0 North Georgia squad. And I am Marcus Johnson giving you the play-by-play action, joined today by Pacer alum Robert Hill. Robert, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Pacers start off with the ball. Long three-point try here from Oliver. Rebound is thrown out of bounds off the Pacer hand, and it will be USC Aiken ball. Rob, it's good to have you here today. You know, having a former alumni, we don't usually have some basketball color commentator available to us, so this is going to be a special treat. Somebody who's played with several of these guys and knows the game pretty darn well enough to get a pro contract.
Yeah, it's definitely good to be back in the States. Had to come back home because of the coronavirus and everything, but it's definitely good to be back and see my guys playing.
North Georgia tries for a quick 2 points. Pacers come away with the rebound. Bringing it back the other way is Gus Rowland. Rowland, no-look pass, shot, and it is in off the glass and in for Onyuri Castillo, and the Pacers are on the board first. Mikhail Bethea worked the ball, gets it to Eric Jones. Jones now passes it on off, checked by Oliver. Long pass into the corner. Three-point try is good for number 5, Josh Cottrell. And North Georgia, just like that, takes a quick lead. Now, Rob, I assume you've been following the Pacers a little bit while in this odd season that we've been having. What do you think are some keys to this game for this Pacers squad?
As you can see, we have a little bit of a smaller team this year, and so does North Georgia. I think that it's going to be a lot of ball movement, attack the paint. We got a lot of guys that can finish in the paint here, and hit the shots that are available. So,
and also a very new squad too. A lot of seniors left last year, a few transfers. So these guys have to work on their chemistry a little bit. But how does it look so far to you?
Well, I haven't been able to watch much yet, but from what I see, I can see that this team works pretty well together in the first, 2 minutes of the game so far. Seems like we're communicating. But as I watch more, I'll definitely butt in.
That's all we ask of you, as the Pacers have the ball right now with just over 18 to go in the first half. Not a whole lot of scoring yet in these first 2 minutes. Only 5 points between both squads as Gus Rowland takes his time. Good defense here from North Georgia. Gets a little bit of blocking, drives into the paint, puts a shot up, and he puts it in. And that was one of the things that killed the Pacers against their first game of the year against Lander. Is Lander loved to drive into the paint. The Pacers defense couldn't stop it, and now Pacers have gotten both of their first 2 points by driving in hard.
Yep.
Or first 2 scores, I should say, not 2 points. Zach Brown trying to drive in, does a little spin move, puts his shot up, that bounces off the rim and goes into the hand of Latravian Black. Black gets it to Rowland. Rowland, a long pass to Castillo. Castillo hands it on off to Pearson. Jacoby Pearson puts it up and puts it in for 3. North Georgia now with the ball, trying to answer right back with a three-pointer of their own possibly. A little pushing and shoving there, and we're going to get a foul called here on Pearson. I remember when you were playing, it was always good to have you out there on the court because you had good defense, but I remember the foul trouble you would get into if you had a couple of fouls in the first couple minutes, and we'd all be sitting there going, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
But how would you work around that if you got into foul trouble early like that?
Early on, it was just more fundamental defense, not going for the block shot a lot of times, just playing solid fundamental defense, hands straight up, cut the driver off, and hope that they don't score the ball.
Yeah, try to cut off some lanes too, possibly.
Yeah.
Basically, take the not necessarily take the ball out of their hands, but take the decisions and cut them down to fewer.
Oh yeah.
Castillo now puts a pass in there, tipped around. Good job to keep it in bounds. Back on out to Rowland. Rowland's going to hold on to it. Now he just passes it off to Black. Black jumps up, passes it on out. Here's another shot, this one from Pearson, and Pearson's shot is no good. Josh Cottrell able to pick up the rebound.
Great extra pass there. Just need to hit a shot. Good rebound.
And Pacers picking up another rebound there as DeMontez Oliver passes it on off. Now it's on Yuri Castillo. Castillo taking his time, slowly moving in towards the basket. Jumps, passes, shot is up, and it is good. Latravian Black just with a little kiss off the glass and puts it in. Thea with a pass on over to Brown. Now he just passes it on off. North Georgia looking to set something up here. Pacers adding some pressure from Castillo. Awkward angle shot, and that just goes right into the hands of Rowland. Rowland passes it back on out. Here comes a shot from Pearson, and Pearson comes up with another three-pointer. Pacers now up 12-3 as we approach the 15-minute mark of the first half. Just some really solid offense here from the Pacers. After the first 2 minutes, only saw 5 points. And man down, 2 men down here. Looks like we're going to have a foul called here on Jacoby Pearson. And Pearson now in a little bit of foul trouble with 2 fouls, but we are going to have our first media timeout. 14:58 to go in the first half, and the Pacers with a solid 12-3 lead over the Nighthawks. And welcome back, folks. Just under 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Pacers again leading 12-3 over the Nighthawks. Good start by this Pacers squad. Let's see if they can keep it up. Number 11, Cody Schubert, has checked into the lineup for North Georgia, and he gives it to Darnell Sneyer. North Georgia trying to get something going here on offense. They've been held to only 1 basket so far by this Pacer defense. Short shot. Unable to come up with it as it goes off of the rim, and the Pacers come away with the ball yet again. Black moving into the paint, passes it back on out to Castillo. Now Castillo moves in, gives it right back to Black, and Black just taps it on down for another 2 points. North Georgia coming up, but a travel will be called on number 22, Eric Jones. And the Pacers get the ball right back. Up with the ball, Gus Rowland. Taking his time and moving it slowly. He is checked there by Schubert. Castillo now passes it on off to Black. Long pass goes over the head of Castillo. Not easy to do. He's kind of tall. Not as tall as Rob Hill, though. Rob, you, 6'10"?
6'10".
Woo. Yeah, I'm barely 6 foot. North Georgia working it around the three-point arc, looking for an opening. Here's the shot from Snyers. And Snyers puts it down for 3, the second basket of the day for North Georgia. 14-6 now your score as Rowland brings it up. Well, and again, watched by Schubert. He hands it off to Black. Black gets it tipped around, but he's able to recover it in time. Bringing it on up, driving in hard towards the basket, tries to pass it on out to Castillo, but a whistle will blow the play dead. And we'll see who's going to get credit for this one. Frank Champion getting called on the foul, number 23, as he checked into the game after the media timeout as well. Pacers quickly moving the ball right away. Here comes a quick short shot, and it is good. Terry Horn putting it up and in for 2 more. Another 10-point lead for the Pacers. North Georgia back the other way. Champion looking for 2 and getting 2. A long 2-point shot, but he drained it perfectly. And now a back-and-forth affair between both squads. A little pushing and shoving. Rowland trying to get through 2 men. Passes it on back, and he ends up putting it right into the North Georgia bench.
Checking the lineup for the Pacers, number 14, Darius Bell.
And Darius Bell will check into the lineup now. Now, what do you think's going through Coach Vanderslice's head, bringing Bell into the lineup right this?
Well, Bell's a bigger player, a little bit more weight to him. I know playing with him for several years, he's a really physical player, and he holds his head on defense. So I'm thinking that we want to hold the lead we have, and Darius might be the key to do that right now.
And Darius Bell, a versatile player. If there's any evidence to that, it is the regular season finale from last year, a game that will probably be in your head for a very long time when no bench at all for you guys.
All heart that game.
That was an excellent game. I mean, sure, it was a loss, but everybody that was there will remember it.
Yep. Really liking the ball motion out of Aiken.
Yeah, they're very good, clean passes right now, very deliberate.
Yep.
As Castillo tries to shove his way into the paint, puts an awkward angle shot up, it hits the rim, and it will go nowhere but into North Georgia's waiting hands. Schubert tries to drive in, but a foul called here. And it looks like Castillo is going to get tabbed for the foul. Or never mind, it's going to be a North Georgia foul, Frank Champion. So some substitutions coming around here. Unfortunately, I was adjusting some technology, so I missed them. So once they get the ball, I'll be sure to give them a call out, though. Driving in, Gus Rowland tries to hook shot. No good as it's blocked. North Georgia bringing it back the other way. Long 3-point try here for number 5, Josh Cottrell. That's no good. Up for the rebound is on Yuri Castillo. Rowland the other way. Rowland pressured by Schubert, not Sherbert. My apologies. Bell with it now. Passes it on off to Horn. Horn dancing around now, looking for an open lane. He's going to go for 3, and he's going to make it. 19-8 now your score. Pacers with a solid lead, and North Georgia, a little miscue there, ends up passing it out of bounds. That's going to bring us to our next media timeout. 11:30 remaining in the first half, and the Pacers leading 19-8. And we are back from the media timeout. Marcus Johnson here, joined by Pacer alum Robert Hill once again. 11:30 to go in the first half. 19-8 is your score. It has been all USC Aiken on offense as they have dominated from the field, shooting 61.5% compared to North Georgia's 25%. If they can keep those numbers up, it is safe to say that will be a win as the Pacers are back on offense. Rowland gets the pass from Bell. Rowland getting it on over for Black. Black going for another three. Bounces around, rebound, and tapped back in by number 24, Tyler Johnson. It's not 3, but 2 is pretty darn good. Another 2-point basket for the Pacers. Schubert passes it back on out. Here's a corner shot for 3 from Snyers, and Snyers will put it down. And the Pacer lead cut back to 10. Castillo looking for a pass, and that goes off the hands of Rowland and out of bounds. And that's one of the things that I've noticed has been different with this Pacer squad. They take their time bringing the ball back up court. A couple of years ago when you had Tyleek out there, he was a speedster. He would bring the ball down nice and quick. But so it's a different style of play with this Pacer squad.
Definitely seen some more run and gun in the past years. And yeah.
And which would you prefer personally? A nice slow approach, bring it down, give you a chance to catch your breath, or?
It's not my game.
Pacers now back on offense. Bell gives it to Black. Black looking for an open man. He finds it in Hairston. Bell now looking for 2. It rolls around. Rebound picked on up by Johnson. He came out of nowhere to get it. Bell gets it out to Castillo. Castillo looking for 3. Bounces around and no good as it bounced off the rim and out. Rebound will be checked by a foul. And it's going to be against North Georgia's Darnell Snyers. That's going to draw some words of criticism from the North Georgia bench. What do you think? Good call?
Debatable.
Fair enough. And that's coming from a guy who's obviously biased to the Pacers. Well, North Georgia will get the ball back right away anyway. As Castillo gets tabbed with a foul now. Schubert will bring it up now. Checking him is Hairston. Quick pass on up. Now Zach Brown with a little pass on off. Got into the paint to Caleb Maldine. And Maldine able to get it. 21-13 now your score. Hairston with the ball as it's passed on out to him by Castillo. Hairston back to Castillo. In for Bell, right back to Castillo, who puts it up for 3. Rebound, battled for, and North Georgia will come away with it out of the scrum.
You got to give number 24 credit on Aiken there. Every missed shot, crashing the board. I'm biased to the paint, but I tend to watch the paint more than perimeter, and I just see number 24 always in there.
And Johnson, he's a sneaky guy. He'll get in there out of nowhere and make something happen out of nothing as he tries for 3 there, no good. And another foul called here against North Georgia. I believe they're going to get Cottrell for that. And Cottrell tabbed with his first foul of the day. 6th foul for this North Georgia squad. Still no free throws yet. It's odd to see a game go this long without any trips to the charity stripe.
Yeah. With the physicality that's going on right now.
Working with is Terry Horn. Pacers with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Horn trying to direct some traffic now. Gets a little bit of a screen, moving on in, puts a shot up. That gets deflected, and it's going to be picked up by Cottrell. Back the other way go the Nighthawks. Bethea moving on in. He passes it on off. Little awkward angle shot from inside the paint, around the rim and out, and the Pacers come up with the rebound. North Georgia denied points once again. Hairston taking his time, letting the offense get set up. Pass to Johnson. Johnson to Bell. Bell loses control of it. Back the other way goes Brown. Zach Brown up and slams it down for 2 points. That can be a big momentum shifter when something like that happens. That's exactly why he went up and grabbed the rim like that.
6-point spread.
Hairston gets it on over. Here's a shot from Canty, and Canty puts it in for 3 points. Pacers answer right back in the best way possible. Wide open under the basket, though, was number 22, Eric Jones. Basically a no-look pass just right to him. And he puts it up for 2 more points, answering right back again. And it looks like we're going to get a call of a timeout here. And that's going to be a full timeout. 60 seconds. Not sure if we're having immediate timeout or not. Nope, not immediate timeout, so it gives us a chance to talk to you, Rob Hill. Rob, go ahead and talk to us a little bit about your experience playing professional basketball over in Germany.
As most people at Aiken know, it's my first year out of college. I went to Germany. I was playing in lower league as a rookie. I only got to play about 5 games before everybody got sent home because of the virus situation and health concerns, and Germany's government is pretty strict on that. So, I decided to come back home I think about a month ago, and it's just been training, making sure I'm ready to go when I get back. So my experiences while I was there was definitely a great experience. It was my first time out of the country. I got to see a lot of things, meet a lot of people, try a lot of different foods, all kinds of things, and I got to see a lot of cities in Germany. So definitely a great experience so far. I'm really looking forward to going back. Maybe it's Germany, maybe it's not. I definitely feel like Aiken put me in the right place and, helped me get my career to where it needed to be so that I could excel and, overseas basketball. So.
Well, you had a lot of exposure here at Aiken. I mean, you came right out of the gate your freshman year playing is starting in most of your games, and obviously you were a force to be reckoned with on the court, always one of the tallest men out there.
Yep.
And one of the more physical players, to say the least. But I'm glad USC Aiken was able to give you the tools to success and to get yourself a pro contract like that, and I'm sure you'll have quite a lucrative career, if not over here in the States, at least over in Europe.
I definitely hope so.
We'll get right back to the action. 7:38 to go. Pacers up 24-17, a 7-point lead for USC Aiken as Quincy Canty passes it on off to Hairston. Hairston looking for an opening, but we're going to get a foul called here. And the foul is going to be on, I believe, Zach Brown of North Georgia. Oh, never mind. It is number 1 or number 11?
I believe it was number 1.
Number 1. Okay, so it was Zach Brown, and we're going to have 1 and a bonus. At the line for the Pacers is Latravian Black. So now we get our first trip to the charity stripe. We'll see if the Pacers can come away with some free points here. And the shot is no good. North Georgia comes up with the rebound and quickly comes back the other way. Bethea with a pass on off. Schubert looking for an opening. He's checked by Hairston. Little bounce pass into the paint now. Malden puts it up. No good. Rebound picked up by the Pacers. Rowland taking his time. Now he'll move on in. Trying to get a little help from his teammates. Goes for a long 3 around the rim. No good. Rebound picked up by the Pacers. Black. And Black puts it down for 2. Schubert bringing it back for North Georgia. Hands the ball on off. Bounce into the paint. It's intercepted by the Pacers. Johnson coming away with it. Back the other way. Hands it on off. Back on over. Hairston driving in towards the paint. Does a little spin move. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson for 3. And he puts it down with nothing but net. And that's going to draw a timeout from the North Georgia bench. We are going to take a break. It is 29-17 USC Aiken with 6:31 to play. And we'll get right back to the action after the short 30-second timeout. Pacers coming back out ready to play. North Georgia hoping to make some proper adjustments nice and quick here as they are trailing by double digits. Cody Schubert passes it on off to Brown. Zach Brown looks for an open man. He finds it in Eric Jones. Now it's Jones' turn looking for an open. Johnson almost intercepts it, and he tips it out of bounds, but it went off the hands of Malik Hardy, and the Pacers will get another turnover just like that. Rowland charging in quickly. Kicks it on back on out. Here's the shot from Canty off the rim and into the hands of North Georgia on the rebound. 6 minutes to play now. Ball stolen away. Coming down is Hairston. Hairston goes up and drops it in for two. Donovan Hairston with a nice big play there for the Pacer offense to keep momentum on their side. Ball tipped around, and it is corralled by the Nighthawks. Schubert bringing it on into the paint. Bounce pass, battled for on the ground. No call yet for a jump ball. Pacers come away with it. Rowland moving on in around two defenders. Loses control, but picks it right back up. And he's just going to take it on back a little bit, let the Pacer offense get settled in. Rowland with a little pass over for Canty. Canty hands it off to Hairston. Hairston to Johnson. Johnson checked by two. Gives it back to Hairston now. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get a shot off quick. Here it is. Long three, and it's off the rim. So no shot clock violation. North Georgia keeping the ball in, but it's stolen right back by the Pacers. Johnson into the paint. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound. Picked right back by Johnson.
A lot of contact on that shot attempt.
Well, a lot of contact overall and a long time without a whistle here.
Yep.
Rowland driving in hard, puts his shot up, puts it in, and it's going to be a hoop and a harm. Rowland draws the foul, makes the basket, and he will go to the line. So Snyers coming into the game for North Georgia. And DeMontez Oliver will check in for the Pacers as Gus Rowland goes to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Well, it looked like it might be short, but he got it in there. Three-point play complete. 34-17 your score with 4:40 to play in the first half. This is really playing a strong offense and a strong defense here in the first half. As North Georgia tries another shot off the hands of Schubert, Pacers come up with the rebound yet again. Rowland quickly in there, passes it on off to Canty. Canty puts it off the glass and in. Also a pretty disciplined squad. If you look at the foul totals, 3 fouls for the Pacers, 8 for the Nighthawks. But again, when you have a lead this big, this early, tends to make the other team a little bit desperate, and they'll be a little more physical trying to make up for their lack of scoring. Although Rowland getting tabbed with a foul there, that'll be the 4th foul of the day for the Pacers. North Georgia will get a reset shot clock in 20 seconds with just over 4 minutes to play. Long pass on out. Driving on in is Zach Brown, and Zach Brown will put it off the backboard and in. North Georgia finally back on the board after what seemed like an eternity. And now Rowland will take his time, and imagine that's going to be deliberate right now. Try to kill a little bit of time. Take a nice solid lead into the half as Rowland looks for three, and Rowland puts 3 down. Nighthawks bringing it back quickly. And this is something they have to do in order to try to cut this deficit down a little bit. Hardy.
Rowland's definitely making a statement on both ends of the court here. This kid is hustling on both ends.
That's what you love to see. 3-point basket try is no good. Rebound picked up by North Georgia, and finding himself all alone was Darnell Snyers. And he just tapped it on down and in. And we're going to get a stoppage of play here as a little pushing and shoving here, rolling down on the ground. And he took took offense to something from Malik Hardy.
We have no full media.
And that's going to draw a full media timeout. We'll be right back in just a minute as the Pacers lead 39-21. Giving these teams a chance to cool off. And we return to the action. 2:56 to go. Pacers up 39-21. Over the Nighthawks as Pacers will have the ball to start off from this break. And Rowland will bring it on down. Schubert checking him. Rowland passes on out. Johnson looking for three, and Johnson puts it in. Another three-point basket for the Pacers. They find themselves up by 21 points here in the first half with 2.5 to go. Schubert passes it on out. Snyers trying to drive on in, and he loses control of it, out of bounds. Pacer ball on the turnover. Another slow approach from USC Aiken. Killing the clock a bit, looking to take a nice solid lead into the half. At this point, it's a commanding lead, but I've seen comebacks before. Castillo going for two. That's no good. Rebound picked up by North Georgia, but a foul is going to be called here, I think, on Tyler Johnson.
The foul is on the Pacers, number 24, Tyler Johnson. His first.
Johnson's first foul. Fifth foul of the half for USC Aiken. Schubert up. Pass to Jones. Eric Jones looks for an open man, and he finds it. Snyers passed it on off. Pass into the paint. Intercepted by number 1, Latravian Black of the Pacers. DeMontez Oliver with the ball now. Oliver gets it to Castillo. Back to Rowland. Rowland puts it on in for Black. Black trying to get around. Does a little fake out. Into the paint, tries to put a shot up. It is blocked by the defender, kept in bounds by Schubert. They made a nice acrobatic play to keep the play going. North Georgia into the Pacer end. Zach Brown puts it around the rim and puts it down for two. Another point for Georgia. Long pass under the basket is out of bounds as Black couldn't corral it in the field of play. $1:20 to go in the first half. Pacers up 42-23. Some substitutions here. Terry Horn coming in. Tyler Johnson stepping out for USC Aiken. As North Georgia brings it up on the hands of Schubert. Schubert gets it on into Hardy. Hardy passes it on off now to Jones. Jones back to Schubert. Schubert looking for three off the back of the rim and out. Pacers come away with the rebound. Rowland back the other way. Rowland tries to make a move with it, loses the ball, but picks it right back up. 1 minute to go. Rowland going to kill as much time as he's got under 20 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Rowland. Rowland just holding the ball now. Checked by two defenders, passes it on off. Horn gets it to Castillo. Castillo's three-point try is blocked, but he picks it right back out of the air. Pass under the basket. Shot is up and in. Latravian Black puts it down for 2 more points with just about 30 seconds to go in the half. Just enough time for North Georgia to come down and try to score one more basket to go into the half on a high note. Schubert looking for an open lane. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Just hands it on off to Jones, who hands it off again. Schubert now with the ball. Tipped around, still in North Georgia possession. Long three-point try is no good. And it's Pacer basketball, as they're going to say that it's going to be a foul, actually. I thought he stepped out of bounds. But no, Cody Schubert getting tabbed with a foul. Pacers will have the ball. 8 seconds to come down the court and try to score a couple more points. Rowland picks it up. Clock starts on up. Rowland moving on in. Takes a spin move, steps on back. 1 second to go. Three-point try is no good, as it didn't even reach the basket. But the Pacers take a dominant first half with a 44-23 lead headed into halftime. And Rob, what's some things that this team needs to do to keep this level of play up?
From what I see so far, if Aiken keeps controlling the tempo and eliminates that corner three that North Georgia has been hitting them with, I think that we have a game here. I think that we keep them out of the paint, keep rebounding, keep crashing. 24. I've seen Darius in there. I've seen number 24. I've seen number 1. I've seen everybody's crashing the board. So I think we maintain this tempo and we have this game.
And now, looking at the other side of things, if North Georgia wants to at least make a game of it or come back and even win, what are some things that they need to do? What are some adjustments that they need to have?
North Georgia, well, there's a lot of, from what I've seen, Aiken's been putting the ball in the paint a lot and hitting threes. So it's just, I think that North Georgia maybe needs to control the paint a little bit more. There's a lot of dump-off passes for easy buckets. And when those aren't there, it's a kick out to a three after a drive. So I think keeping your man in front, keeping him from getting to the paint, keep the kickouts and the dump-offs from happening, and they might have a chance. So.
And looking at the Pacer offense, most of the shots have been coming from the paint or from outside the three-point arc too. So they got to somehow lock down at least one of those things if they want to stand a chance here. But again, Pacers up 44-23. We'll have your halftime stats just a couple minutes before the second half begins. But we will be back in about 13 and a half minutes. halftime stats before we get to the second half. And I'll be joined again by Rob Hill once that second half starts on up. Unless he wants to read off some stats himself. Nope, he gives me a no. So Pacers leading 44-23, absolutely dominating the North Georgia Nighthawks. Pacers 18 of 37 from the field, while North Georgia is 10 of 24. So Pacers up 48.6% on their field goal percentage to North Georgia's 41.7%. Three-pointers, Pacers 7 of 19, while North Georgia is only 3 of 7. Granted, North Georgia's percentage is better at a 42.9 and the Pacers at 36.8. But again, Pacers with 4 more three-point tries. Pacers are the only team that has had any free throws, and they had 2. They made 1 and missed 1, so they're 50% there. But the rebounds have been a huge, huge factor in this game right now. Pacers with 21 total rebounds to North Georgia's 13. And we'll go ahead and look at some individual stat leaders from the first half. Looking at North Georgia, the scoring leader with 8 points on the day is Snyers. He's followed up by Brown, who has 6 points on the afternoon. Snyder's also 2 for 2 from beyond the three-point line for 100% shot there. On the defensive side of the ball, leading the way is number 22, Jones, for North Georgia. He has 4 blocks altogether, along with 1 defensive rebound. On the Pacers side of the basketball, the leading scorer is a 3-way tie between Johnson, Rowland, and Black, who all have 8 points respectively. And behind them is Pearson with 6 points on the afternoon. Defensive side of things, the Pacers are led by Black, who has 5 defensive rebounds and 1 steal. Although Johnson and Hairston also have a pair of steals to lead the Pacers squad. Now, the Pacers, good all-around team effort right now. You know, points are spread all across the board, with 3 players with 8 points and a chance to hit double digits very soon. We are a minute 15 away from starting up the second half, and we'll be back in 60 seconds for the second half. And we are back. The second half just about to get underway. Again, Marcus Johnson joined by Robert Hill as the Pacers lead 44-23. As the horn sounds for the start of the second half, Pacers looking to keep the domination up. North Georgia looking to stop the bleeding a little bit. Now, Pacers seem to be about ready. They're all out there on the court. North Georgia still having a little bit of a meeting. And we talked about how awkward it is for you to be actually out here looking at the court during halftime. And we said normally you're in there either getting praised or yelled at by Coach V.
4 years of that.
Well, North Georgia is starting on offense quickly, tries to put a shot up, rebound, battled for, and won by the Pacers, who bring it down on the hands of Gus Rowland. Rowland taking his time, moving it on in. He'll pass it on off to Pearson. Pearson kicks it back on out. Here's the shot. That's short. Rebound is blown dead. And Pacers will come away with the ball. Arc pass on out to Castillo, who gives it right away to DeMontez Oliver. Oliver hands it on off to Pearson. Pearson looking to get a shot off. Rebound, battled for, and won by the Pacers as Latravian Black comes up with it. 20-second shot clock resets. Castillo moving around, tries a bounce pass. Bell batted around, and North Georgia will come away with a steal. Trying to drive into the basket is Hardy. Kicks it back on out. Hardy picks up the rebound on the missed shot. And that'll reset things for North Georgia. Back on out. Charging in is Zach Brown. He kicks it out to the corner. Three-point try is no good by Control. And the Pacers get the rebound to bring it on back. Rowland moving in quickly, and a whistle stops the play dead. And it looks like we'll get a foul here on North Georgia's Bethea. Second foul of the afternoon for Bethea. First foul of the half. Pearson comes right away with it, giving it to Rowland. Black now with the ball, finding Castillo. Castillo moving in towards the basket, puts his shot up, and he puts it in! Drawing the foul and making the basket on Yuri Castillo with 2 points and a chance for the three-point play.
Castillo at the line for the three-point play.
And Castillo puts it on down and in to complete the three-point play. 47-23 your score. A minute and a half gone by in the half. North Georgia looking to make some big plays here. Cottrell passes it on off. They're passing it around the arc. Three-point try off the back of the rim. Rebound, battled for, still up in the air, and Pearson comes down with it for the Pacers. Rolling with the ball now, almost unchecked. Drives in towards the basket, puts it up, and it bounces around and goes through for another 2 points for Gus Rowland. Pacers barely made a change. A lot of plays moving in towards the paint, and they're still paying off. North Georgia can't seem to solve them just quite yet. A little pushing and shoving here, and it is going to be a foul against North Georgia's number 12, Malik Hardy. And we'll have a substitution here for the Nighthawks as Eric Jones steps off and Frank Champion steps on. I know it's early, but have you seen any adjustments made yet, or is it pretty much the same story from the first half?
From what I can see so far, it seems like a similar tempo.
Castillo trying to slam one down, gets denied, but it looks like he was able to draw the foul. And Malik Hardy getting tagged with another foul as Castillo will go to the line for two. Wasn't able to get the points, but he got the next best thing. Drawing a foul and getting a trip to the charity stripe. And the first one is good, 50-23 the score. Darnell Snyers and Cody Schubert will come back onto the court for North Georgia. As Castillo attempts his second free throw. That one no good. And the rebound is picked up by Zach Brown of North Georgia. Long pass into the Pacer end. Shot goes up and shot goes in. Malik Hardy gets around the Pacer D to score two. Pacer lead cut down to 25 now with just over 17 to go. Pearson backs off and takes his time, looking to get on in. Gets a little help there from Black as he gets called for a travel, trying to kick it on out to Oliver. Oliver wasted a three-point basket there as the whistle blew, and he sunk the basket. Schubert with the ball now for the Nighthawks. North Georgia looking to get the offense going here. Hardy tried to get into the paint, pass it on out. Ball gets tipped, and it's tipped off of the Pacer defense and out of bounds. It will stay Nighthawk basketball. All kicked on out. North Georgia again setting up the offense. Schubert moves into the paint, passes it back on out. Snyers looking for an opening. And he gets the ball back, looking for three, off the rim, and Castillo coming up with a rebound for USC Aiken. Gus Rowland bringing it back as he does. Now directing traffic, trying to get the offense set up. Short passes into Black as he gives it right back on off to Pearson. Pearson looking for an opening, 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Gets it to Castillo. Castillo unchecked for three, and that one's no good. Rebound scooped up by Snyers. Snyers back into the Pacer end on the attack. Into the hands of Champion. Champion out to Schubert. Schubert trying to get into the paint, checked by Rowland. Schubert gets around Rowland, puts his shot up. It goes around the rim and out, and Gus Rowland comes up with the rebound. Rowland facing two defenders, pulls back, puts a shot up off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound to Frank Champion. Champion gets it on off to Hardy. Hardy looking for an open man. Hardy passes it back on out to Champion. Now it's on over to Snyers. Snyers looking for a long play. No good. And Castillo coming up with the rebound. Score remains at 50-25 with 15.5 to go. Pearson now moving the ball in for USC Aiken. Into the paint. Passes back out to Rowland, and we'll get a foul called here. And they might be getting Pearson on this one. Nope, they're going to call it on Cody Schubert. And that's going to bring us to our first media timeout of the second half. 15-19 to go. Pacers with a 25-point lead here in the second half. And let's get right back to it. Pacers leading 50-25 as we come out of the first media timeout of the half. A little over 15 to go in regulation. Pacers will have the ball after the foul to Schubert. And Pearson will try to check it in, and right off the hands of Latravian Black as he drops it into the basket for a quick 2 points. Snyers passes it over to Zach Brown. Schubert now with the ball, giving it to Champion. Champion moving in, passes it back on out, right back to Champion. Checked by Black as Champion tries to fight his way into the paint, and he will put the shot up and in, and a foul will be called on the Pacers, so a chance for North Georgia's Frank Champion to go for 3 points. Black getting tabbed with the foul on that play. Score 52-27 pending the extra point. And it's good, 52-28. Now the Pacers with the ball to bring it the other way. Castillo gets the pass from Rowland. He gives it to Black. Black looking to hand it off, but now he's going to drive in towards the basket. Puts his shot up, and he puts it in for 2. Well, it does seem a little bit more of a physical battle in this second half on both ends of the ball, but officials keeping the whistles in their pockets for the most part.
It has been pretty physical, but North Georgia's only been in the line once. 1 for 1 on the free throws. I think they need to offensively become a little bit more physical. Try to get to the paint a little bit more, try to finish around the basket, draw some more fouls, get Aiken in foul trouble, and it might clear up for him a little bit.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen the battle at the charity stripe has been the difference maker for many a game. As North Georgia comes away with a steal, looking for 3 and not getting it. Rebound picked up by the Nighthawks, and a foul called here. And looks like we might get a few shots for the Nighthawks.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 3, Jacoby Pearson.
And Jacoby Pearson with his third foul of the afternoon, and there is going to be a couple of free throws here for Darnell Snyers. Snyers with the first shot, and it is good, 54-29. Josh Cottrell and Case Roach will come onto the court for North Georgia. Case Roach making his first appearance of the day. Horn and Johnson subbing in for USC Aiken as Oliver and Pearson step off. Second free throw attempt, no good. Rebound picked up by the Pacers' Black. And Rowland with the ball now. Schubert keeping an eye on Rowland. Passed on into Horn. Horn gives it to Black. Black now scans the crowd, moves in towards the basket, puts his shot up, and he puts it in. Another 2 points for Black. Black stumbling a little bit, but he'll keep with the play. Hopefully he didn't hurt anything there. North Georgia setting up the offense now. Snyers looking for an opening, goes for a long 2, no good as it goes right into the hands of Rowland. Rowland to Castillo. Castillo for a three-pointer from the corner, and he sinks it. Castillo draining another three-pointer as the Pacers now lead it by 30 points. Schubert moving in towards the basket. His shot denied by the basket itself as the Pacers come away with the rebound. Rowland gets a screen. Nice spin move in towards the basket. Gus Rowland with a highlight reel play there to get another 2 points and draw a timeout from the North Georgia bench. And it's going to be another media timeout, so we're forced to take a break. It's 12:42 to go in the game. 61-29, your score, USC Aiken. And we are back from the break. Marcus Johnson alongside Rob Hill. Thanking you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. Pacers, just an absolute dominating performance out there. 61-29 is your score with under 13 to go in regulation. Donovan Hairston back out there on the court for USC Aiken as he checks the offense right now. North Georgia looking to set things up. Roach driving in, passes it on out. Three-point try, no good. Off the hands of Control and into the hands of Hairston. Hairston moving around a little bit. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Castillo handing it off to Johnson now. Back to Hairston. Hairston taking his time, moving in. Steps back just in front of the free throw line and hands it off to Black. Black into the paint. Black putting his shot up and putting it in for 2. Now it's North Georgia's turn to drive in towards the paint. Defense of the Pacers coming up big, and it's stolen right back away by North Georgia. Long three-point try from Bethea is no good, and the Pacers coming up with another rebound. Ball is still free now. And we're going to get a foul called here before anybody can come up with possession. And Frank Champion of North Georgia getting called for the foul. 6th foul of the half for the Nighthawks. And Pacers showing discipline out there. Again, only 2 fouls as we approach the halfway mark of the second half. Harrison moving in quickly, gets it to Johnson. Johnson giving it to Black, who gives it right back. Here's a 3-point try from Johnson, no good. And the rebound picked up by Bethea. Passed on out over to Snyers, who gives it over to Roach. Roach now will hand it to Malden. Malden looking for an open man, and he will find him in the corner in Bethea. Bethea moving on in, looking for an open lane. He can't find it, so he'll pass it on out. Roach bounces it into the paint to Malden. Malden looking to put a shot up. It goes off the rim, no good. Rebound picked up and put back down by Caleb Malden. Hairston on the move now for USC Aiken. Just gives it to Terry Horn, who gives it to Black. Latravian Black looking for an open man, giving it to Horn. Horn, a little pushing and shoving there, and they're going to call North Georgia for a foul there. And that's going to cause another timeout, I believe. Well, they hit the horn for a timeout. They pointed to the bench for a timeout.
And before we see free throws, we have a full media.
And another media timeout before we get some shots from the charity stripe. 10:46 to go. It's USC Aiken 63, North Georgia 31. Back to the action. Terry Horn will go to the line for the Pacers, trying to add a couple more points with 1 and a bonus opportunity here. I mean, it has been all USC Aiken right now. They put their foot on the gas after the first 2 minutes when there were only a few points scored, and they just have not let up since. First shot from Horn is good, and the score is 64-31. And both tries are successful. And the score now 65-31 for USC Aiken. Bethea passes it on off. Roach looking for a long 3, and he bounces it off the glass and in. And Case Roach getting a 3-point basket, trying to spark some life into this North Georgia squad. Castillo, who's just checked back into the game, with the ball now. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Castillo backing his way up, passes it on out to Hairston. Hairston looking for a long 3, and Hairston drains one. A 34-point lead for USC Aiken now with 10 minutes to go. North Georgia battling in towards the paint, back on out to the 3-point line. Now it's Bethea. Bethea passing it on in. Malden looks for an open man. Roach in towards the paint again, back on out. Shot up and no good. Rebound picked up by the Pacers, Tyler Johnson. Johnson almost had trouble corralling it, but he pulls the ball back in time. And nobody booted the ball as Johnson tried to get a pass off. The ball will stay in USC Aiken's hands. Malik Hardy will come on in, and Betheo will check out. Horn inbounds it. Castillo going to try for a basket. No good. Johnson picks up the rebound. Ball bounces around and finally goes down. And the Pacers have put 70 points on the board today.
Aiken's currently leading with 37 rebounds versus North Georgia's 21. I think a big key for North Georgia at this point is make sure they get the hand on the ball for rebounds.
And it's looking like the Pacers are just clicking on all cylinders in all aspects of the game. And this has just been a pleasure to watch if you're a USC Aiken fan.
Yep.
Nighthawks working on offense right now. Malden will have a stoppage of play, though, as there's a foul on the floor. And it looks like they're going to get Terry Horn for that.
Terry Horn, his first, the team's third. Substituting in is the dyad of number 22 and 23, Eric Jones.
Eric Jones and Frank Champion number 22 and number 23 respectively, will head back on out to the court for North Georgia as they inbound the ball. Driving in towards the basket, almost unchecked, is Darnell Snyers, who puts one up and puts one in for 2 points. Hairston with the ball, a little slip there, but he's able to stay on his feet and hold on to things. Castillo with it, gives it back to Horn. Horn fakes him out, trying to get around the defense, but can't. Back out to Hairston. Hairston backing off a little bit, trying to get some breathing room, gives it to Castillo. Castillo now with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Terry Horn trying to drive in towards the basket. He's got 3 men to beat, but he's going to get called for a travel before he can make anything happen.
Returning to action for the Pacers is number 11.
And now Gus Rowland will head back onto the court for the Pacers as we see Hairston step off. Slowly brought up the court by Malik Hardy. Hardy just gives it to Steyer. He gives it to Champion. Champion dancing around. Spin move, puts a shot up, and it rolls around the rim and defies gravity as it falls into the basket. Looked like it was going out, but the laws of physics had something else to say about it. Rowland with the ball now. Gives it to Horn. Horn with a little pass to Canty, who gives it back over to Castillo. Castillo has the ball booted out of his hands, but right there for it is Terry Horn to keep the ball in the Pacers' possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock and a whistle. Foul going to be called on Champion, who tries to plead his case to the officials. And it's not going anywhere as his teammates try to keep him from getting ejected. Montez Oliver and Latravian Black will head back onto the court, but not before we get a timeout. Another media timeout before we go to the charity stripe. It is 70-38, Pacers leading North Georgia by quite the margin. And we're back with more Pacer basketball action in this first home conference game of the year. And granted, they played Lander here at home earlier, but that was scheduled as a non-conference matchup despite it being a conference foe. It's going to be a weird one, but that's how this whole year and this new year probably will be. Castillo at the line for one of the bonus, and he makes his first basket. 71-38 the score. And the bonus is good as well. 72-38. And Castillo steps off the court now as Latravian Black steps on. Nighthawks will bring the ball up on the hands of Snyers. Snyers taking it all the way, kicks it back on out, however. And now North Georgia trying to set it up. Snyers dances around, moves in just past the three-point arc. His shot no good. Rebound picked up by North Georgia. Champion looking for three, and that one misses under the basket. And Tyler Johnson was sitting there waiting for it. Johnson back out to Rowland. Rowland able to keep a hold of it as Snyers tried to steal it away. Horn gives it to Black now. Black just standing there, giving it right back to Horn. Horn looking for an open man, gives it back to Black. Black has the ball stolen out of his hands, and it's brought back the other way. And a charge call here as Malik Hardy just mowed down Tyler Johnson. And the Pacers will get the ball on the foul call as DeMontes Oliver inbounds it. Now Pacers will take their time bringing it up as they have done all season long. And now Rowland turns on the afterburners, moves it on in. Oliver back to Rowland, who gives it over to Johnson. Johnson bounces it into Black. Black looking for an opening. Tries to fake his shot, move in towards the paint. Under the basket, puts his shot up. It's no good, but he's able to draw the foul.
Foul is on number 23, Frank Champion, and that's his third.
And Champion will check out of the game as he has 5 fouls now after that one. 10th foul of the half for North Georgia, and Caleb Malden will come back onto the court to take over for Frank Champion. Jalen McCoy out on the, coming off the bench for the Pacers now. And I see Jacoby Pearson back out there as well. And Black at the line. His first one is good. Second try on its way. And that one is also good. 74-38. Pacers continue to dominate. Malden with the ball off the pass. Moves in under the basket, puts his shot up, and he's able to put it in and draw a foul at the same time. And Black will get caught for the foul. Malden will go to the line now. 3-point play on its way. And Malden completes the 3-point play. The score 74-41 with 6.5 to go. Rowland gets caught with a double dribble on that one. And that'll be a turnover on the Pacers. And North Georgia getting the ball. Now a little under 6.5 to go. You're trailing by 33. May as well try for some 3-point tries, I guess. We'll see what North Georgia's plan of attack is. Snyers passes it on off. Cottrell just giving it away now to Jones. Jones tries to pass it on off to Snyers under the paint. Malden putting his shot up, no good. And the rebound picked up by Black. USC Aiken on the attack now. And now Rowland with it. Eats some time up on the clock. McCoy hands it on off to Black, who gives it to Pearson. Back to McCoy. McCoy to Pearson, to Oliver, to Rowland. Rowland moving on in, under 10 to go on the shot clock. 5 seconds now. Got to make a decision here. Rowland tries to pass it on off. Nobody there as it's stolen away by North Georgia. 4 men were sitting there, and the pass went to each and every one of them, it looked like. Hardy charging in hard. Puts his shot up and puts it in for 2, and a whistle Looks like it's going to be another three-point play for the Nighthawks. Third foul of the day for Latravian Black and the fifth foul of the half for the Pacers. And the first shot, or as I said, the only shot is good. The three-point play completed, and it's a 30-point lead for the Pacers, 74-44. Pearson's pass almost picked off. Now it's Black who gives it out to Rowland in the far corner. Rowland moving in towards the basket. He gets around the defense and puts one in for two. North Georgia on the attack. Hardy passes it on out. Jones, unchecked, goes for three. No good off the back of the rim and into the Pacers' waiting clutches. Rowland on the move into the paint, passes it off to Black. Black has three men to beat, puts his shot up, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound corralled by Snyers. Snyers with a quick pass under the basket. Shot is going to be called off as there was a foul on DeMontez Oliver. First foul of the day for Oliver. And Eric Jones will go to the line now. Pair of free throws for Jones. And the first one is no good. Mikhail Bethea, Ryan Landers, and Case Roach will all check into the game for North Georgia. Almost half of a shift change, basically. And the second free throw attempt is good. And it's 76-45, Pacers with the ball. Rowland moving in hard. Kicks it back on out. Three-point try is off the bank and in. Three-point basket for Jalen McCoy. Pacers keeping it going here as the clock winds down to just over 4 minutes to play. Jones looking for an opening. Into the paint, puts a shot up. It rolls around the rim and rolls out of bounds. And it will be Pacer basketball as we hit the final media timeout of the day. It is a 79-45 lead for USC Aiken with 3:58 to play. And we are back. 79-45 your score. 3:58 to go in regulation. Quincy Canty back out there for the Pacers. And now, Rob, you obviously had a long, successful career here at USC Aiken, 4 years of play time. But what are some of your favorite memories from your time playing here?
Memories? Definitely the year where I had Tyleek and Danielle, some of those players. My junior year, I believe that was 2018 to 2019. That was definitely a memorable year. But the game that you mentioned earlier, where we only had five players, great shot there by number 15. That was definitely one of the most memorable games. That'll definitely be stuck in my head. for the rest of my life for sure.
Quincy Canty going to the line for a three-point play after sinking the basket. 81-45 now pending the extra point. But yeah, I mean there was that year though with Xavier Barmore, Tyleek Evans. I mean that squad they were dangerous, and sadly it didn't end the way we wanted it to. But you know, some good memories making it back to the tournament for the first time since the Final Four run of this team back in 2014.
Really great start to that year too. I believe we went undefeated for the first, what was it, 11, 12 games, something like that?
It was a good stretch, and I mean, I think it was the first game of the year, first or second game of the year, you knock off number 3 in the nation.
Yep.
That's a good way to start things off, to say the least. Free throw try is good from number 12, Malik Hardy. And Darnell Snyer's back onto the court now.
Number 1, Black from Aiken, he secured his double-double. He's got 18 and 11 in just under 28 minutes.
Not bad. Nice way to secure a double-double. Always nice to have one of those on your stat sheet.
Yep.
Pacers with the basketball again. Black ends it on off. Back on in for Pearson. Pearson trying to move on in under the paint. Puts his shot up. No good. Black with the rebound, and he's going to draw the foul instead with 3:09 to go.
Foul is on number 3, Case Rhodes, for the Nighthawks, his second.
Yeah, but that, again, going back to that 2018-2019 team, you know, that brought back memories from when I was in school. When I was here, you know, we had Coach Alexander, who took us almost to the tournament every single year. You know, national rankings in the top 10, and obviously 2 region titles. And got back into the top 10 that year. And I mean, it was a good year. It was a really good year, real fun year to just come to watch the games. You know,
didn't end how we expected to or wanted to, but definitely was a great experience. NCAA tournament, everything.
And not a lot of people can come away from their college career and say they've played in the NCAA tournament. That is, unless of course you're talking about the D1 schools with the those power school powerhouses. But we'll see if this USC Aiken squad can return to the dance. You never know. It's always a possibility. At the line now for North Georgia, going for the free throws, Case Roach. And his first shot is good, so he'll get the bonus shot. 82-48 your score. And that one is good. 82-49, Pacers back the other way. Oliver gives it to Black. Gives it to Pearson. Pearson moving in hard towards the basket. Tries to put a shot off, but it rolls off of his hands and out of bounds, and that'll bring on a substitution for North Georgia. Caleb Malden back out there. And now if you're Coach Vanderslice, do you start sitting some of your guys, even though it's this early in the season? You have quite the lead. Maybe give some of the freshmen or some of the guys who are usually on the bench a little opportunity, or do you keep your guys out there, try to build their confidence as the season progresses?
I think considering that this is pretty early in the new year and some of these guys might be off holiday break, this is the second game back?
Second game, yeah.
Second game back. Maybe it is smarter to keep these guys in, get the rhythm down, make sure you prepare for the next game. But maybe a little bit deeper into the season, the win, you might sub in some extra guys, some second, third string guys. But right now, I think it might not be bad to just let everybody play, get the rhythm back.
And again, it's you never know what you're going to do if you start resting the guys. You run the risk of throwing off their rhythm. But if you keep them in there, there's always the risk of injury. It's a tough choice to make, honestly. But I like the idea of keeping them in there, especially coming off of a loss. Really build your confidence back up and moving forward. Ooh, Oliver nearly just wiping out Darnell Snyers trying to block that shot. Ends up getting called with a foul, and it was pretty obvious that there was going to be one called there. That was quite the hit.
Yep.
Nothing else you can say about that. At the line, Darnell Snyers will go for 2.
North Georgia definitely shooting a bit more free throws this half.
And they're 10 of 13 now on the game after only having 1
Yep.
for the longest time. And the second free throw is good. Score 82-50 with 2:21 to play. Aces working on offense now. Black gives it on in for McCoy. McCoy moves in towards the paint, spins around, puts a shot up, goes off the backboard. Black picks up the rebound, however. Long three-point try is good for Jacoby Pearson. 85-50 your score as we pass the 2-minute mark. And a call on a foul here. And Pearson gets called for a foul. And it looks like Ryan Misseldine wants to check into the game. So it looks like Coach Vanderslice is going to send in a few guys that don't normally start. And the first shot is good from Snyers. 85-51 as Misseldine checks into the lineup for Black. Second try is no good, and the ball rolls out of bounds. And it looks like it went off of a Pacer hand, so it will remain North Georgia ball. Bethea passes it off, almost lost by Cottrell. And now North Georgia trying to fight on in. Bethea passes it on off. Here's Malden into the paint, checking Misseldine, and he puts the shot up and in. And Misseldine, as he seems to do whenever he checks in, gets on the foul card before he gets on the scoreboard. I forgot what game it was, but I think it was within a minute span. He came in and already had 3 fouls on him. Malden able to sink his basket to complete the 3-point play, and the Pacers back the other way. Misseldine with the ball. Passes it on out to Canty. Canty looking for a basket. Can't do it. Rebound. Picked up by the Pacers. There's a little pushing and shoving. Rebound still is loose. Nobody with the ball now. North Georgia comes away with it. Bethea back quickly the other way, and he ends up losing the ball, but a foul will be called on the Pacers, it looks like. I believe they're going to get Jacoby Pearson on the foul call. Nope, they're not going to be a foul call. It's just out of bounds. Quick inbound passes to Malden, who puts it up and in around the defender. A minute to go in regulation as the Pacers bring it back slowly. Jacoby Pearson is checked by Bethea. Pearson just eating up some clock time as he moves in, pulls back, goes for 3, and he makes it! Another 3-point basket, this one off the hands of Pearson. Nighthawks coming back on offense. Snyers passes to Rode, back to Snyers. Into the far corner, here's a shot from Cottrell, and Cottrell makes it. A 3-point basket for Cottrell. 34 seconds to go. Pacers can eat up most of the clock at this point if they want. And Pearson is doing just that. Johnson will take it and just holds it. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 20 seconds on the game clock. As Johnson just standing there waiting. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're just going to take the shot clock violation with 5.7 seconds left to go in the game. North Georgia will have a chance to maybe just add a little to their stats, I guess. And they're just going to let the clock wind down now. And the final score, 88-59, all USC Aiken today as they earn their first conference win to get back to 500. They're 2-2 overall, 1-1 in conference play. North Georgia drops to 1-1 overall and 1-1 in conference play as well. The Pacers avenged their loss against Young Harris, but go ahead, Rob, why don't you give us a little bit of analysis on what you saw today from this USC Aiken squad?
From USC Aiken, I can definitely tell that there's pretty good team chemistry there. There's a lot of good communication. There's the plays, the attacking the paint, the kickouts, everything. Great shot selection today. Just a really good team, really good game today. Not much more else to say, I don't think.
There isn't much you need to say after a dominant performance like that. It was Pacers came out and played, and North Georgia was the unfortunate victim of a dominant Pacer outing. And we're going to go ahead and just take a quick little break real quick, and as we wait for the final stats to get finalized, and then we'll give you those and call it a day. And we are back. The final stats on the day are coming in now. Pacers scoring 88 points and 33 of 64 from the field. Good for a 51.6 percentage on their field goals. That is an excellent stat no matter how you look at it. North Georgia 21 of 58, 36.2% from the field. At the 3-point line, Pacers 12 of 26, almost 50%. From the 3-point line at 46.2% for the game. North Georgia, on the other hand, was 5 of 19, 26.3% from past the arc. At the charity stripe, North Georgia edging out USC Aiken with a 12 of 16 marker to USC Aiken's 10 of 14. And that's good for a North Georgia's free throw percentage of 75%. USC Aiken right behind them, though, with a 71.4%. Pacers out-rebounding the Nighthawks in dominant fashion, 45-30, a 15-rebound differential. On the offensive side of things, USC Aiken 14-9 on rebounds, and defensive rebounds was 31-21 in favor of USC Aiken. Only one lead change for both teams, and that came very early on in the game. Looking at the time with the lead, North Georgia unable to manage even a minute with the lead. They had 59 seconds. USC Aiken 38 minutes and 7 seconds. So real just dominant performance for USC Aiken out there today. And we'll go ahead and now look at your point leaders for both squads here. Looking at North Georgia, the leading point man was Snyers. Snyers with 13 points altogether, followed up by Malden. Malden putting up 12 points on the day. Doesn't look like any double-doubles for this North Georgia squad, but we know USC Aiken has at least one double-double as we move to the USC Aiken stat page. Leading the way was Black, who had 19 points and 13 rebounds. An excellent outing for Black as he picks up that double-double. And just all across the board, the Pacers with lots of points everywhere. 5 players in double digits in points, as you had Rowland with 14, Pearson with 12, Castillo 11 points scored, and Johnson scoring 10 points on the day. But that will do it for USC Aiken as they hosted the North Georgia Nighthawks and came away with a big win in their first conference win. The next matchup will be Wednesday, January the 19th at 7:30. That's going to be here at USC Aiken as they take on the UNC Pembroke Braves. But I'm Marcus Johnson, and for Robert Hill, thank you so much for listening in and watching, and have a good one.